G'day winner. I hope you make lots of mistakes. Now watch on to find out why. G'day, I'm David Dugan, founder of Abundance Global. In an earlier career, I spent 18 years as a dentist. Now, as a dentist, you get trained on doing things right. We have to get it right. You have to get the processes right, the steps right. You know, at the end of the day, you've got someone's teeth, you've got their gums, you've got their mouth. You know, you can't afford to make a mistake. You only get one set of teeth. So it was drilled into us. You gotta get it right. You can't make mistakes. You've got to do absolutely the best you possibly can. Now, there's some really good skills and some really important lessons out of that. However, as an entrepreneur, that is probably one of the worst lessons you could ever have. It took me years. I've got 5 tertiary qualifications, 3 of them are clinical, and I've been trained on not making mistakes. You've got to get it right, you've got to get it right. Here's the truth though, as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, you've got to make loads of mistakes. In 2018, I worked with 465 businesses face to face. And what I noticed is they were scared to make mistakes. Here's the truth. It's a really, really simple principle. And that is, imagine that you are a little kid and you're outside and you're playing with your friends and you don't have a soccer ball to kick around. And you want to kick something around. So all you can see hanging around is a can, a little cylindrical can, and you start kicking around your friends. And what you notice is when you kick the can, it kind of moves in a direction. It doesn't move straight. Then you kick the can again, and it moves in the other direction. And as you kick the can, you go from one side to the next side, to the next side, the next side, and eventually that's a goal post there. Eventually, you can score a goal. You know what? That's exactly like business. Same thing in business, you've got to keep kicking the can. One of the things I see is a lot of people get upset. They'll often get annoyed, they'll often get angry, and it's like, oh man, I got to here and I thought everything was going well, and then I lost a big contract. I had a key team member that I've just invested this whole year working with, and they've left me. And now I've got to get in and do the work again. And they get stroppy and they get annoyed and they get aggravated and go, oh man, do I got to do this again? And you know what the answer is? Yes. Because if you keep kicking the can, you eventually get the goal. Now, we've got a group of clients that we work with in our entrepreneurs board, and there are 40 of them. And we are just constantly doing this. And what's really interesting is to see how this compounds. Over time, the kicking the can will make a difference. And you look back and you kind of go, oh, I remember what it was like kicking the can back here. Now here's the thing is, when you're kicking the can, to do it on your own, it can be really tough. And you know what? One of the things that comes out of that, especially if you're kicking the can and you might be feeling like you're kicking the can uphill and you're having to do a lot of these course corrections quickly, you know, you might be thinking, especially if you're kicking a can uphill, you know, when you kick a can uphill, you've got to move it, you've got to put an effort in, and you've got to kick it a little bit quicker, and you've got to kick it more often. You know, that's normal, because sometimes what I see people do is they'll be kicking the can downhill, and they'll kick it and they'll just kind of let it go. And guess what? Eventually that can will roll into the gutter, and so will their businesses. So the key principle is to keep kicking the can. Keep kicking the can. Now, I know as an entrepreneur it can be pretty difficult to do, you know, to keep doing this on your own. So if you feel like you need someone that can keep you accountable, a little bit of a sounding board to help you bounce the can in the right direction for you, then we've got an awesome group, a private Facebook group of entrepreneurs who are out there kicking the can, and they're sharing all their learnings, and I'm putting in some trainings and tools and templates to help you kick the can even faster. So I'd love you to join us on that group because we'd love you to be part of that community. Now, we have a very serious no BS policy, and I'm willing to enforce it. If, however, you feel like you're really off course, then send me a personal message, and either myself or my team will reach out and we'll do what we can to help you get you back on track.